Hey guys, I just finished my afternoon Zoom with Isa. It was awesome, guys. If you missed it, just make sure you email Isa and ask her for the replay and the steps if you need it, or if you just need the replay, let her know. That's processing now. She'll be getting those out to you for those who had paid for today. So if you paid. The next one will be Wednesday at 1 p.m. because we're going to do a debt cancellation at 7 p.m. Eastern Time Monday night. How's that? Debt cancellation. Comment down below if you're interested. Send us an email. IamHappy77@yahoo.com and put debt cancellation. Those strategies, you're going to be wowed. And it's going to be the same price, $55 for the group. It's so much cheaper than doing it one-on-one. And it'll be great because I'll spend an hour with you. I'll talk about how you get your debts canceled, how you can save money the very first right now, right? So don't pay your credit card payments if they're due Monday. Don't pay them, right? And get on the thing, okay? You'll love it. I'm telling you. I know a lot of people are strangled by that with the raise in the interest rates. So listen to this. I got some good news from 111, so I got to go. Paul Lund sent me something at 4:43. I just got off the Zoom and I thought I'd check. He goes, I know who this is after hearing his voice. He is in the know where I can only allude to certain things that he can say it. Remember when I was expecting a big event in Iraq? Well, here it is. What I could not say to a friend. Good evening to you. I'm going to play this. It was urgent news for Iraq. I'm going to play it so you can hear it. It's a YouTube video. If there's ads,
YouTube.
I apologize.
Good morning and welcome back. So I've already moved forward showing you a huge emphasis on how critical March is, and basically just letting you know Iraq's already revealed to you they'll be revaluing their currency specifically within the month of March, guys. It's not even a secret. I've got another confirming article confirming March as well. In March, the UN will be submitting their official "We're done, we're ending our missions in Iraq" report. They're going to submit this ending report to Iraq in March, but they submit it after Iraq is revalued is when it gets submitted and turned over to Iraq government. Okay. Here is some of today's news. Let's get started again. This news is some of the most important news you're going to be seeing for a while. Very good news. Let's get started. Happy Saturday morning, guys. Good morning, and let's get started. I recommend you watch this entire video. There's a lot of very important articles in today's news. I'm pretty much proud to tell you that you are witnessing Iraq set the stage to revalue right now. It's happening. They are preparing to revalue. All the evidence is here. There is no question it's happening. All right, let's get started. Sudanese advisor, Iraq is on the cusp of a transitional stage in the development of promising economies globally. Yeah, because they're about to revalue. Let's look at these two highlights. You guys can read these entire articles or posted for you. Let's cover the highlights. The financial advisor to Prime Minister Mohammed Saleh. Remember, Mohammed Saleh is the former number 2 man of the central bank back under the Shabibi era. Saleh explained today, Saturday, the 6 principles launched by Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani to maximize value chains and sustain the development momentum in the country while stressing that Iraq is on the cusp of a transitional stage. They're on the cusp of a transitional stage. Yeah, they're preparing to revalue and go international in the development of promising global economies. International promising global economies, guys. It's right in front of our faces. Reforming the financial and banking sector to put it on the foundation's competitiveness commensurate with international compliance standards. Yeah, because they're going international compliance standards. As financial and banking reform is the introduction to the government's reform program to link the effective finance sector with development programs and the speed of their implementation and progress, guys. The rate change is being prepared right in front of our faces. It's almost here. Like I said, they needed the first quarter of this year to prepare for it after achieving stability from the December elections. March is critical to us. And I even have a solid article emphasizing why March is critical. We'll get into that in a little bit. The Prime Minister of Iraq receives a new invitation without an appointment to visit Washington, okay? Sudani will be visiting Washington after they've revalued their currency to discuss getting their possessions back from the United States, such as all of their OPEC oil dollars. We have all of their U.S. dollars. That's why the U.S. Treasury has to send their OPEC dollars to them. Okay, we have possession of their dollars. We have other collateral and assets on them. We need to give them back. That's the reason he'll be going to Washington after the rate has changed. All right, this one is critical about March. Now, one thing I want to stress to you guys, do you notice how they're talking about removing the remaining U.S. coalition forces and the United Nations together at the same time? That's because Iraq's about to go international. Both the UN have Chapter 7 sanctions on Iraq, and the U.S. has OFAC sanctions on Iraq. So we need to pull our personnel and troops out along with the UN, and both parties need to remove their sanctions off of Iraq. But notice how they're discussing about doing both steps simultaneously at the same time. Not coincidence. Again, it's because Iraq's preparing to revalue and go international. Al-Sudani reveals the intention to end the political role of the United Nations mission in Iraq. Remember, I told you, they told us that once the UN exits Iraq, it will lift and remove the Chapter 7 sanctions automatically. Janine Bleshart talked about exiting out of Iraq at the end of May. Okay? Now, let's look at these highlights on this. This is critical. One of these specifically says a very critical report being prepared and delivered to Iraq in March. Let's see what that report is. I'm going to scroll up here. Okay. It says in the first red highlight, the international security and stability has made it possible to end the political role of the UN UNAMI mission in Iraq. Again, because they've achieved stability from the December elections. There you go. All you've heard about since the elections from January forward is stability, stability, stability. That's why they're now preparing to revalue, because they have achieved overall stability. Now, the middle or second red highlight, during the meeting, the report. This is a report that the UN will be submitting to Iraq to officially let them know that they're ending their missions in Iraq, exiting out of Iraq. This is it's kind of like a final ending report, okay? They're submitting that report, and it will be discussed and submitted to Iraq next March. Right there, highlighted in red and blue for you, okay? It says the work of the United Nations, UNAMI, and ways to enhance cooperation between Iraq and the international organization and its development programs were also reviewed. But the UN is going to submit their official ending, we're done report next March. Why March? It's because that's when Iraq will have revalued their currency, guys, and be international. So the UN has to start exiting out. The security progress taking place soon in Iraq, and soon he will submit his comprehensive report of the work to the United Nations mission in Iraq, as the positive developments will enable the international organization to gradually end the mission's work. Very good article. Al-Sudani discusses with members of the U.S. Congress to end the end of the coalition, the end of the international. Okay, guys, that's all the critical news for today. But here's my point. You notice how both the U.S. and the United Nations are working on exiting Iraq together simultaneously at the same time. This isn't coincidence. It's because Iraq's about to revalue. When Iraq revalues, both the U.S. and UN will automatically lift and remove their sanctions. When Iraq revalues, it's an automated step, and we have to give them their sovereignty back. We have to show the world that Iraq has power and control over their own country. Now, So as you guys see, the rate changes here in March. It's not a secret. I've proven it to you factually from many, many different angles, especially with the previous article you just saw right about there, where they stated that March is the month, again, which this step happens after Iraq has already revalued their currency, but the UN will be submitting a finalized we're done report, a final ending report to the government of Iraq in March, letting them know, hey, we're done with our missions in the country of Iraq. We're exiting out. But again, that report gets submitted to the government of Iraq in March after they have revalued. Not a secret, guys. Okay. So now here's what I want to tell you. I'm going to be opening multiple banks to help you guys out. Okay. Help you guys long term. We already have financial advisors that will be working with us, really specialized within insurance investments, because right now, insurance investments have the highest rate of return because our securities markets are tanked right now. The stock markets are starting to go down. Insurance investments are doing very well. I have parties that will help you with that. Your goal when this happens, all of our goals, is to invest our money, preserve our wealth, and live off of the gains and I've got all of that positioned to help you guys. Okay. So I will be bringing news forward that walks you to the finish line so that you guys are taken care of and you know exactly when the rate's going to change. You guys are the best. Thank you for joining me and have an amazing day. Take care.
How'd you like them apples? Did you like that? Plus, you got a double header here. If you like, I guess we're in overtime. Let's just say that. I'm 12 minutes in. I just got this. Somebody sent this to me. I don't know if that's good or bad. So this is a new Lou. Seek the expertise of an asset protection specialist. Hiring a team, hiring an asset protection specialist is the best way to prevent lawsuits, mitigate and manage taxes and estate planning. I agree. You need a team. That's why I say in my top 10 list of things for my freedom strategies is in there is hire a trust and estates attorney. Then Jeff, Newtown Guru, who I think that was the voice of the person you were listening to. Everything's happening exactly when it's happening for a very specific reason. Iraq is bringing some very critical steps forward, specifically in the month of March. You just heard all this specific because Sandman said I should play that for you. So I did. So I apologize. This one's a little longer. And please comment down below if you're okay with it being a little longer after hearing that. March was not chosen coincidentally. Kuwait and Iraq have the same budget period, which is April 1st. So that's great. My dog is like my husband. We had a bluster of a snowstorm. I think this is happening, guys. And then Guru, BGG, Law. Article, law, the region requests American support to secede from Iraq. Of course they want America out. In this circumstances, in the narrow window, we are the ones holding back the SOL, the state of law, a.k.a. Maliki's former Iranian-backed henchman, from continuing to loot the wealth of Iraq. Intel Guru, I don't know how that, I just read that. Frank 26, it's no longer a rumor that Iraq is entering the World Trade Organization. Vietnam is part of the World Trade Organization. Their currency is worthless. Does that mean that the Iraqi dinar that is worthless can join the WTO? Yeah. Does that mean that the Iraqi dinar is going to stay worthless? No. The whole world and the U.S. Treasury is worked with the Central Bank of Iraq. So has Jamie Dimon. Mountain Goat. It was decided to transfer all financial transactions electronically through the point of sale system in traffic departments in Baghdad and all governance instead of cash dealing. It is a borderline wow article for us today as Dinar investors. Electronic banking and point of sale has been on the radar and will continue to be pivotal in the monetary reform. Why? Because we're all going digital. Blockchain, blockchain, blockchain. That's where we're all going. Join us. We're all going that way. But there's still ways to be free. If you become a Miracle Manifestation member, you'll understand that. And if you have foreign currency and you want to know those procedures, that's the group Zooms. We're going to do the next one. We're going to do a debt cancellation strategy, 7 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. We're going to do the next group Zoom on Wednesday at 1, Thursday at 1, and Saturday at 4. That's the schedule this week so far. Intel Guru Mark Z, comment, well, this is a 3-day weekend. Monday is President's Day. Fingers crossed. I hands prayed. And fingers crossed. Cross whatever you want. Your toes, your eyes, your fingers, your toes. If you like that, comment down below. It's Saturday night. I'm having fun. Mark Z, we don't know the timing, but this weekend will be sure a great opportunity. It's fairly quiet today, but there's a lot of anticipation for this weekend. We'll see what happens. Guys, the fact that Sandman sent me that, I just think that's really good news. Guys, I'm just excited. Are you excited? Comment down below. Are you excited? Stay grounded, but still be excited. It's Saturday night. You should be celebrating. I saw my horses today. I had some good I got some good video uploaded of them. I hope you love this channel. I hope you love this family. I hope you join this family. If you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? A lot of content is free. You know, we've got freedom strategy you can avail yourself of. I share a lot of tips and tricks. I answer a lot of your questions on my live streams, whether it's in the morning for coffee and conversations or at night for margaritas and mysteries. I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. Don't forget the debt cancellation Zoom is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Same deal as the group Zooms because it's part of your financial freedom, right? So debt cancellation strategy, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday night. We'll see you then. God bless. Have a great night. I love you. Have a good night. Bye.